Everyone, I'm Bennett and I'm Omnitude COO, and I thought on this beautiful day I'd bring you down to a typical British beach. So welcome to Worthing Beach. I wanted to take some time to talk about what we're doing at Omnitude on top of the recent demo that you've had from Omnitude ID. We're going to explore a little bit about what we're doing with partnerships and why we're being so secretive. And also we're going to answer a few of your questions that have popped up in Telegram recently. So, I mean, first of all, if we just point the camera over there a little bit, you're not going to be able to see that, but that is mainland Europe. And mainland Europe is going to be an old friend of ours if every plan goes right with Brexit. So we've been asked a few questions around what will Brexit mean to Omnitude and how is that going to affect our business? And I think the short answer is a simple one, really. It won't affect us at all. So it's more likely to impact our clients, it's more likely to impact the retailers and those people that import and export in and out of the country across Europe. But being the fact that we're a technology company, we're global, we're online, we're not going to be under any sort of scrutiny or come under any pressures that some of our clients might. So we are more than happy where we are, sat in the UK, on arguably the Costa del Worthing, this beautiful sunny part of the world. But Brexit shouldn't have any issues with what we're looking to do moving forwards. So what have we been doing moving forward? So your last update, we spoke about supply chain, myself and Martin Braun. You would have seen a conversation or a talk that I did recently about the formation of Omnitude and how it went from an idea into me standing on this cold, wet beach. And before that, obviously, John and myself spoke about what Omnitude might mean in a wider world and what that could really impact future businesses and what we're trying to achieve. So James Worthington is our CTO. Check him out online if you haven't already. The guy is an absolute genius, and I'm putting that on record. He's a clever man, and him and his team have been working exceptionally hard to make sure that the vision that we have as a business and a board is executed. And what he's cleverly done is he's been able to take the existing Omnitude framework and having a development environment, our Omnitude ID now transacting on the Stellar network. So what does that mean? We are in an environment now where you can go and create an Omnitude ID and you can share your information with a retailer, and you grant them permission or you deny them permission, and every time you tick a box it's reading and writing information to the blockchain, and when that happens an e-com transaction happens on the Stellar network. So that increases volume. That increases the way that e-com is being transacted throughout our network, and it's proven to work right now. So we believe that this is one of the first businesses to do that. I'm not going to put my claim on that and say that that's true. However, we are one of the first. What that means is that we're going to be inviting you, our users, to log into our demonstration site, create Omnitude IDs, and see firsthand how the Omnitude ID will operate behind the scenes. How you, as an owner of an identity, can generate a reward for yourself by sharing your information with a retailer or a vendor or anybody that wants access to the content of your identity. You earn rewards, you earn benefits. It is self-sovereign, it is all yours. So if you're going to be giving your information away, you might as well earn something, right? So that's what we're going to do, and we're going to be bringing that to you very, very soon. So James Worthington, CTO, Chris Painter, CEO, and myself are flying out to Switzerland, and we are going to be attending the Hyperledger Global Forum next week. So we will be out there with a lot of blue chip companies, Hyperledger members and startups, and we're going to be demonstrating this to them as a world first. And we're looking for new partnerships, we're looking for new clients, and we're looking for continued growth and development of the platform. It's all really exciting stuff. Now, that leads me nicely on to this partnerships piece that we've spoken about plenty of times. And for everybody that's involved in the crypto space, there is a lots of opportunity to get hung up on What partners are you signing? And will it boost the value of the token? And fundamentally, guys, you've got to remember that we're a business first, and therefore we're creating a solution for these companies. And so what we're not going to do is jeopardize these conversations by oversharing too soon. We are having some really high-level discussions with some very, very, very large FMCG businesses. We are hoping to do some world firsts, not just both in the blockchain space, but just globally in any tech, in order to do good for the greater public, for the consumer, for the business. We're looking to completely change the way the sports and entertainment industry works, from a primary and secondary marketplace in the form of tickets and merchandise, event attendance. And we're coming up with some really good solutions. And the best thing of all is that the products, the environment, the suite of products and the individual applications within that don't need to change. It's an underpinning framework for all of these solutions. So are you going to get new partnership news? Categorically, yes. We are on the verge of signing a contract within the next 24 hours with a very large company that will see us move into the pharmaceutical space. More information will be shared on that. And then the information that you've heard from Chris in the Telegram group around the sorts of businesses that we're trying to work with, the sorts of things we're trying to achieve, they're phenomenally ambitious. They're hugely ambitious. And I'm not for a second going to stand here and be arrogant. However, they are going in the right direction, and it looks like we are going to land those deals. So we will make the announcements. Yes, I'm impatient too, and I'm the one working on these deals with Chris. So would I love to see more of these deals coming through sooner? Yes, obviously I would, and we all would, and actually we know you would, but we're working on them. So I'm going to walk back this way now. So what else is going on? We've been doing our testing of the existing Omnitude ID with a number of our community, and we've had some phenomenal feedback actually. And I think without getting external people involved, we'd be a bit foolish in assuming we know what the market wants. So we've got some great feedback now, and we're applying this into our development roadmap, which is awesome. What we haven't been so public in telling you before is that we've also been working with some very significant retailers. So if you go through any of the team's history, you'll see that we're actually all fairly well connected in the retail space by one form or another, and we're using our existing relationships at the right levels to make sure that those people that really do care about the performance of retail, about the performance of e-commerce, online conversion, customer satisfaction, are feeding into this as well. So we've been speaking to a business that owns their whole supply chain. So they create their own products, they store their stuff in their own warehouses, they have their own logistics empire, and they ship their product globally. And they've looked at what we've created and achieved. And the feedback we've got has been, on the whole, incredibly positive. But equally, they've given us some really great feedback on some of the things we should think about including. So some of that is going to be applied to the product updates as we go. And then obviously, once we think we've got something that's worth sharing, we're going to pass it over to the main man, Kaiser Harris, our Chief Branding Officer, John, and he and his team will make sure they get involved from a user experience perspective, so it doesn't just work from a technical level, but actually people can get it on their phone, on their computer, they can use it, it's just intuitive. But ultimately, it needs to look good and people want to use it, so that's what we're working on now as well. So that's been really exciting. We've got our Christmas tree up. I mean, I don't know why I didn't start with that big bit of news. It is December. In most instances in the industries I've worked with, you actually see that Christmas is a bit of a slowdown period. And actually, that just hasn't been the case for us. We're going faster, we're having more meetings, the technology is developing at a rate of knots, and it is just getting silly. I mean, this December period, I've always worked in media and tech, and it's always been known as silly season, but not for being busy, but more for the... Anyway, I digress a bit, but we're all working hard, and so it feels a little bit like being on the Truman Show, where we've got our community looking in, and we're being judged and criticised and challenged, and all of these are incredibly good things for us because it keeps us on our toes. We remain at the forefront of innovation right now. But ultimately it means that the pressure is on and we need to deliver. So we'll continue to do so. But it does mean sleepless nights, and that's probably why you'll see Chris Painter being on the Telegram channel at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning answering all your questions, because it means something to us. We know it means something to you, and we want to make it deliver. And you know, it's not about being one of the highest ranked coins on CoinMarketCap. It's not about being in a position where, you know, we've got to make sure that we're valued at X, Y, Z. It's not about that at all. What it's about is being one of the first to do something and prove it, instead of just talking about it. So we're nearly there. I mean, as you know, we've got the CS Kart relationship. We should see that Omnitude ID deployed imminently across 35,000 websites. That's 35,000 websites, let alone the amounts of people that are using those sites. Another point is we're speaking to, and actually this is a bit of insider information, but we're speaking to an equivalent of Gumtree and Craigslist, of one of the companies in Europe. And I'm not going to say which, sorry, one of the countries in Europe. I'm not going to say which one. But this is a business that has multi-million people visiting the site every day. And they've approached us with a view to adopting Omnitude ID. This beautiful British weather, it's now pouring with rain and I've got no umbrella. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap up here outside, and we're going to take you to the granny's living room.
And here we are, back in Omnitude HQ in our little old lady's living room. So hopefully the earlier part of the video gave you a bit of an overview of what we're doing short term. I want to expand a little bit on mid and long term goals. So yes, we are creating product. Yes, we are evolving product. Yes, we are adhering to our roadmap. And yes, we are reaching out and building our pipeline of prospective partners and clients. Short term, the here and the now. The midterm looks slightly rosier because it hasn't come to fruition yet. It's still very much a goal and a vision, and that is to see the full roadmap through as it stands right now, to make sure that we've got a large number of products, to ensure that we've got an environment for people to come and create their own decentralized apps within the ecosystem, to ensure that we've got a vast amount of clients for people to deploy their solutions to. So there's a big commercial play, there's a big technological play the whole way through. And then the big plan is obviously looking at how the product and the vision pans out. And we want to make sure that, you know, ecom and Omnitude is commonplace, that you don't need to go and research what crypto is to be able to be involved in our environment. You don't need to go to an exchange, trusted or otherwise, to find ecom and spend your hard-earned fiat currency, pounds, pence, dollars, yen, lira, whatever it is, moving into an environment like ours. We want to make it commonplace, easy to use, completely normal in the space of the way you interact with any form of technology. It's not about disrupting your existing processes and behaviors, it's about enhancing them and making them safer and a better place for you. So what does the long term look like? I mean, the long term ranges from a whole host of things, and we'll be releasing more information on the evolved plan for Omnitude outside of purely the middleware play, purely the applications that we've spoken about. And you know, as I've said in previous videos, we believe we've stumbled across the holy grail of products in order to build upon and build a sustainable future for both the business, but also impact the commodities market in a serious way, support the environment, help businesses become more sustainable, focus on charity, and for us it's about doing good, making change, positive impact to the environment, to society, and profit will happen as a byproduct of the work that we're doing. And it's not about making sure that we're satisfying shareholders' revenues, it's about doing the best work possible with the best technology possible, and then the profits will of course come. And as a business we need to make sure that we are sustainable in that. So it's exciting. I mean, you know, what does the long distant future hold? I think we can sit and debate, and we can come up with some really fantastic ideas and hypothesize what the future is going to be, but but since we've been doing this for the past certainly 6 months since we finished our token sale, the world has changed in this space so dramatically already that, you know, making sure that we remain focused and stick to our goals and our objectives and delivering everything for you is the most important thing right now. So I guess there's not much more to add other than, you know, we're going to continue to bring you more updates. We want to keep talking to you in the Telegram channel. We've seen some great new contributions into Telegram. Conversations are happening, and as I said before, we're being challenged, we're being pushed, we're being questioned, and that's great for us because we have to remain on that leading edge. So with little more to say other than thank you for your continued support. Thank you to all of our team that are plugging away behind the scenes, and a happy Christmas. Tracy Hodgson did this, by the way, so big respect to Tracy. Thank you very much. But as always, just send your questions in, keep talking to us, and if there's anything specific you want to know, we'll make sure we answer your questions. So until next time, thanks very much.